This is a very common occurrence. In fact, it's called the power curve. I'll spare you the calculus behind it, but a power curve is a curve, on an x and y axis as it arcs up, and then it gradually stalls. That's also called the Red Queen hypothesis. In Alice in Wonderland, the queen said, and I'm paraphrasing, but I run, and I merely stay in place. So that's the power curve where you eventually level off. And the reason why that happens is because the company is doing the same things that made them successful. There was one country that I was living in, and I did not want to move to another posting because I didn't want anything to change anymore. I said, you know what? I'm tired. I want to stay in this country. I'm tired of all this constant change. Well, what happened was, over a very short period of time, the people that I've come to know and love, they wound up moving. So even though I said, you know what, I'm not going to move out of this country because I don't want any more change, it changed anyway. So the reason why the Red Queen hypothesis or the power curve happens is because the company is doing the same thing that it does that made it successful, despite the fact, Russell, that the global externalities in their own SWOT analysis has changed. So you have to jumpstart that power curve by reinventing yourself. We look at IBM. They made hardware, they made computers, then they got into consulting. So they had that power curve, they stalled, but then they developed a new curve, they developed a new business. We've seen this with Xerox. So we see this constantly because what becomes a product differentiator over time, if you look at the product life cycle, becomes a commodity. It becomes commoditized. So clearly you have to develop new bells and whistles to rejuvenate your newfound commodity back to a product differentiator. But if you're doing what made you great to get there, that's why companies stall. And you really have to embrace the thing that hurts you, and that means change and abandoning the things that already made you successful. But just like I didn't want to move from that country because I wanted I wanted a more stable environment, that environment changed anyway. So I say it's going to happen anyway. So an abbot in a Buddhist monastery once told me, embrace the thing that hurts you. And it winds up hurting you less as a result.